Hey everyone. Everyone. Filter in. Filter in. Yeah, we're gonna try something new today. Something silly. Sorry, I forgot my voice is already low. Guys, it's been a couple weeks. Few weeks. Maybe a couple months since I streamed. Now my voice sounds like this. This is just the way it is. What can you do? Live. Hey everyone, I'm live. Right. Well, guess what? I just spent the whole night fiddling with Restream so that I can stream to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. It's quite an ordeal. You know, I like to think I'm pretty savvy, but that took me quite a long time. Quite the time. Alright, so I'm live, apparently. Here's the format tonight, everyone. I'm going to be listening to some Sega Genesis music, maybe whatever video game music I want, and I'm going to read through this issue of GamePro magazine. I don't know if you can see... Oh, yeah, you can. Okay, well, there we go. I'll be reading through issue June 1995. Let's see here, we got Mortal Kombat 3. Takes Acme Show by storm. The Nintendo Ultra 64. Look at this, man. Jaguar and 3DO and CDI. Even Neo Geo. Why are all these things at 3DX or 32X? Everything's getting like mad play in these magazines. No one had one. Maybe 32X. A couple of people had that. I knew one guy that had a 32X. So I'm just gonna post this on Twitter. Does it say anywhere? It doesn't say. So now I have to go to my own YouTube channel. Just to see what is this? Do I want to do this? No. Hit. Well. No, that's not right. Online sending data. Someone's watching. No, that should be right. I don't know. Well, in any case, I have to go to my own YouTube channel just to find the link to share. That'll do. Yeah, forgive me for the terrible thumbnail. I had to do it in split second. Record time. Okay, so here we go. Boom. Watch it there if you would like, or on my Twitch. Never streamed to Twitch before, so this is brand new to old Maddie. Oh, for love of Pete's sake. And I saved the. What if I move this over here? Hey everyone. Talking into the mic is a lot sexier. I go back to Twitch, is that what I want to do? And then go to my channel as if I'm a viewer.
Get on in to Miguel.
Ew, I don't want to watch someone else. Other streamers. Channel. That's what we want. Boom. How fast is that delay? 5 seconds. Okay. I'm gonna post this to Twitter. Just for anyone that wants to watch. And my Facebook, since sometimes people on Facebook give a dang. Yeah. This could just be a train wreck, but whatever. Hey, whatever. Oh my god. Just copying and pasting. No need to get fancy. You know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna switch these around. Yeah, I don't want the preview. Okay. Hey everyone. Let me open up. We don't need low voice anymore.
Hi. Welcome back. Let's turn that off so that I can... Yeah. Close you. Turn this one down. This is my lady voice. Oh my god! Turn that down. Now I don't have so much delay. Latency, I should say, rather. Okay. Alright, now I need to get my chat up. God, this is awful. We're getting better, but this is still awful. Oh, open in browser, for gosh sake. Okay. There we go. Sup, crew? Okay. Alright, so, yeah, as mentioned maybe earlier, I don't know if you guys have been here since the beginning. I don't know why you would have. That's awful. I had a subscription to GamePro magazine back in the day. It was a Christmas present or something. I can't remember. Oh, by the way, also, Tri-County. No Rudies in town at all. I'm pretty sure COVID has killed root beer. Since I don't drink caffeine, this is now diet, caffeine-free Pepsi. What my grandma used to drink. Full on grandma now, everyone. Oh, I don't need that open anymore. This, yeah, okay. Make sure. Sorry, we'll get better as time goes. Yeah, I don't need that open. Don't need that open. Oh, someone's already liked it. Hey, welcome to the stream, everyone. Yeah, I had a subscription to GamePro. I don't know why I picked a GamePro over Game Players, because I tended to enjoy Game Players better. And my friend Lee had Game Players. I don't know if he had a subscription, but he would sometimes bring Game Players magazines to school, and I thought, man, these guys are cool. They talk cool. GamePro was like super establishment, I always thought, but they got the job done. Let's minimize you. I don't need you open. Facebook, I no longer need open. Okay. We're just gonna dive in here. This is fun for me. Also, we're listening to some tunes. I should open these tunes for you so you can see what we're listening to at any given time. At the moment, it's Deadly Moves for Sega Genesis. A game I used to rent a lot. So, okay. Sega Saturn ads. Man, they pushed it hard. I used to think Saturn was the way to go before PlayStation came out. I was like, man, I gotta get a Saturn. And, man, something about the pictures in all these magazines. I don't think they had, like, digital... Yo, Blake Creamer, what's up, dude? Yeah, caffeine-free Pepsi. Yeah, it is tough times. We're out of diet root beer. No A&Ws. Something about the way these, magazine pictures, they always made it look like there was atmosphere, like actual air in the game. And then when you'd play the game, obviously it would look all gross and digital, but you'd look at these pictures in the magazine and think, man, these are the best graphics ever. Something about this picture makes it look like it's thick, but I'm pretty sure they're just taking a picture off a TV. Ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. Final Fantasy II, never played it. I was, my brother and I, my brother's in the chat right now, a funny guy. We were Sega Genesis kids for a long time. We didn't have Super Nintendo until well after the fact. So, yeah, I always would see these Final Fantasy ads and be like, whoa, it looks pretty cool. Never played it. Like, look at this guy. See my mouse? Okay. His arm is going through a tunnel that's biting his arms. I always thought that was weird. You got a little a Moogle here. Oh, that guy was in Final Fantasy III, I believe. This guy might have also been someone you fought in the airship or Coliseum. Conquering the globe. Oh, I love it when they have pictures of their old website sometimes from 1995. And remember the Warlock movies? Warlock 3 was the only one I saw. They made 3 Warlock movies? What the hell was going on here? Enough to make a video game based off it? Anyone ever see the movie Boxing Helena with the Warlock guy in it? That's a weird one. That's your weirdie. Oh, damn. Look at Shiva. Boobing out. Fun fact, I think. Shiva was the only one in the game that wasn't a real actor. They actually just used claymation. Got away with it. Someone had to sculpt those giant boobies. I think I could have been good at that job. We're starting the stream with a bang. So yeah, it looks like this magazine's covering a trade show. A preview of E3 from 1995. So, yeah, Sony was coming out with their PlayStation. And my neighbors, Eric and his brother, Daniel, they were going to get PlayStation. I remember thinking, like, guys, you're so stupid. You got to get Saturn. What? You can't get the PlayStation. I've never even heard of the PlayStation. All I've been doing is paying attention to Saturn. But here we got the PlayStation snuck in and just, like, took everyone by storm. And needless to say, they got that that Christmas, and by my birthday that year, I needed a PlayStation. Like, I was no longer on the Saturn train. Right. Little Mortal Kombat 3 ads here. You know, truth be told, I didn't really like Mortal Kombat as a fighting game. It was fun to play because it was kind of hardcore, but it wasn't technically a fun fighting game for me to play. Much more of a Street Fighter guy. Game Boy, man, they were still pushing Game Boy in 95. Oh yeah, Phantasy Star 4. I remember renting that once. Look, I was amazed. Final Fantasy 3 cost $80, and Phantasy Star 4 cost around $99. Why are RPGs so expensive? Because they had batteries that were in them, so you could save your game. Speaking of that, whenever you'd rent an RPG from the Blake, you're thinking of bottom of the ninth for PlayStation. My brother's asking the baseball game that we owned. I think our first PlayStation game, though, well, I know it was Twisted Metal because I bought it before we actually had the PlayStation. Because Eric and his brother had PlayStation, so I would walk it over there and we'd play it there. And for some reason, I don't think I ever left it at their house, which is kind of a dick move. Like, I don't have a PlayStation, so why don't I leave this here so you guys can play it when I'm gone? But then he's asking what a baseball game we played was called. Bottom of the ninth. I really wouldn't mind playing that on a future stream, because that was a great baseball game. Yeah, I used to rent RPGs from VideoWorks, the local video store, and they would have game saves on them that were like from the end of the game, which was always awesome because then you could just play someone else's game and get all nutty, see how far it is. What's the buzz? A few years ago, courtesy of technology, video game metaphors. Ultra 64. Soon join the 3DO and Jaguar on the high-end hardware pedestal. 3DO. I want to do a whole 3DO stream where I do nothing but play 3DO games. A little preview of that. 3DO was the definition of elegance and sophistication. I remember thinking, man, 3DO is insane. That's high-level stuff. So yeah, we'll do a whole stream on just 3DO games one day. Oh man, I was so close to actually sending in a picture to GamePro. Can I zoom in? Is that a thing here? Ah, yeah. I was so close to being one of these kids who would send in a picture, but the only reason I didn't is because I didn't know. Are you supposed to draw on an envelope? Why would you do that? Why don't you draw on a piece of paper and fold it up and put it in the envelope? Like, I have to draw on this envelope? That really limits my creativity, man. So I didn't because of that. My loss. Because I used to draw video game stuff all the time. Big time. Mega Man and the Wily Wars. I was waiting for that one so much. That was supposed to be the Mega Man game on Sega Genesis. That was supposed to be Mega Man 1, 2, and 3 remade on the Sega Genesis. And I think they just canceled it. I don't know. It did come out in Japan. Available as a Japanese import. Yeah, I never really got into Mortal Kombat 3. I know I have the YouTube version. YouTube Gaming says I'll be playing Mortal Kombat 3 because it was on the cover. I didn't know what else to say. I was playing. I don't know. I didn't like having a block button. It just kind of threw me for a loop. Okay, so you know what I was talking about? How taking pictures off the screen makes them look like they have all this depth to them, like almost like there's atmospheric lighting or something. Like, look how thick that looks. But if you were to play that game actually, it would look so pixelated and awful. Like, that looks like... It's funny, too. These pictures would be on the back. What is this? Okay, this is a guy doing a soccer throw. You can barely tell. Frickin' Street Fighter the movie. Oh, sorry, I'm blocking things with my own screen. Yeah, it's gonna be the name of the game. Maybe I don't need to have it all the way zoomed in here. Okay. Frickin' Street Fighter the movie, the video game. Never played that one. It's like, hey, you guys like Street Fighter, right? Well, how about we make it like Mortal Kombat? But I don't like Mortal Kombat. Yeah, look at this. This looks like it has crazy graphics. Can I get that down there? All right. Oh dear. Oh Jesus. What is this? Hot at the arcades. Okay. Arcades were killer back in the day. I don't know if kids today will ever realize arcades had the best technology. Look at this thing. This motorbike game looks like the best graphics ever. That looks like good graphics even now. You know, if you look at the character, the ground looks awful, but there's a thickness to it. Yeah, graphics in the arcade were way better than on the console. Graphics were a big deal. That was the era where they were like inventing better graphics as they went. Nowadays, they're actually going backwards a lot of times. Whoa, is there a Cops arcade game? Cops R.I.P. It's a good show. I didn't watch it in the last 20 years, but 20 years ago it was a fine show. What you gonna do when they come for you? I just keep thinking of The Simpsons. Bad cops, bad cops. Ah, jeez. Yeah, they recast Lou. They're gonna have to recast Lou's voice. That's a shame. He's a funny character. Probably still be a funny character, but I appreciate it. Hey, Chief, can I hold my gun like this? But it looks so cool. It's a good line. Okay, man. Aliens vs. Predator and Aliens Trilogy. Man, those were some scary PlayStation games. Best games, best system. Best get off your butt and get one. What system is this for? Jaguar? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. $159. Well, I guess to its credit, that was half the price of a PlayStation. I'm trying to find a way to emulate some Jaguar games, but it's a little harder than I would have thought. Okay, what are we looking at here, everyone? Can you tell me what the hell this is? Damn it, it won't let me... Out of hell with it. Well, it doesn't help. If you scroll in, you still can't tell what you're looking at. Take it from me. Rayman looks pretty good. Good graphics. Ultra Vortex. Again, what am I looking at? Fighting game, I guess. This, I always thought this looked kind of cool. Yeah. Super smooth graphics. Gives Virtua Fighter a 1-2 punch. There's no way in hell it gives Virtua Fighter a 1-2 punch. There's no way. Revenge of the PC games. I always skipped these sections back in the day. There was like a while there where PC games were just kind of lame. Sorry if that's too real for my viewers. When you don't have a good PC, PC games just, they don't really have the same appeal. I really did get into Duke Nukem though. I used to make my own maps in Duke Nukem. This looks pretty good. Look at the, this looks good graphics, but I assure you it's not. That looks like a photoreal picture. You come up reading these magazines thinking, man, these games are going to be insane looking. Yeah, 32X. Nope. They tried. That was interesting. Obviously, you could stack the Sonic and Knuckles cart on top, then the Game Genie on top, then a converter cart, then another cart on top, which I did do for my Treasure Buster videos. Looks ridiculous. Don't turn it on. Cause a fire. 32X. Yo. Starring Scottie Pippen, Slam City. Yo, I'm Scottie Pippen. I don't know if that's how he talks. I like saying the name Pippen. Pippen. Yo, it's Pippen. Here we go. Hey, all you youngsters out there. This is what the internet looked like before you were born. Oh, I wonder if we can get frames. We have multiple frames. You guys remember frames? That was where there was like a box on the screen that you could scroll independently. And it didn't appeal to me at all. Although I remember going to like IGN. I think it was IGN back in the day and like looking up pictures for like Bushido Blade or Bushido Blade. I always called it Bushido Blade when I was a kid. I know it's Bushido Blade. I know this and I still can't help myself. Close-up shot of a butt. What do we got here? Oh, sorry. Let me scroll it back. Are they talking about battery save feature and MPEG adapter? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's probably for Sega Saturn. Will use a Genesis 2 TV connector. It's a good call. Oh man, yeah, their multi-tap had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think, on it. So you could, yeah, you could get up to, I think, 8 or 12 people playing Bomberman on Sega Saturn. Pretty cool. Well, what is this? Saturn was out? At last, Sega believes America's ready to blast off 32-bit gaming. First light of the new day about the shine up. Wow, 350 to 450. I mean, we're talking about the PlayStation 5 costing around that range, like 500 or so. Nowadays dollars, man, back then. I think must have been quite a commitment if you wanted to play some modern games. All right, this is driving me nuts. I gotta scoot over here. I'm gonna scoot just a tad over here. And you know what? We can probably stand to change our tunes. We've had enough deadly moves, everyone. Best tracks. You know what we could listen to instead? Why don't we try... I keep ripping on Mortal Kombat. Well, let's listen to Mortal Kombat 1 and 2. The classics. Get your buns over here. It's all gonna fall apart. There we go. Wait, just even... Alright, here we go. Start from the beginning. Be sensible. Sega CD. My brother's asking when Sega CD came out. I think it was 94? I can't. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, well, whose house did you play it at? Which friend did you have? My brother said he played it a lot. I didn't know you played it. Was it John Paul? Did he have it? Damn, listen to this sick riff. My God, rip his heart out. Yeah, John Paul. Okay, cool. Batman game. Batman for Sega CD. Is that the one where it's driving? The driving game as well? That one is pretty notorious online for being kind of crappy. I think I might be a little loud here with the tunes. Scoot those down a scotch. Alright. Virtua Fighter. Man. I always wanted to play Clockwork Knight for some reason. I don't know why. It just looks like a crummy side-scroller. Here we go. PlayStation powers up. Sony looks like a newcomer that's here to stay. Who knew? I gotta tell you, at the time, if you came from the 16-bit era, you thought this Saturn was the one, the horse to bet on. I had no idea Sony was gonna be so good. Oh yeah. My brother's saying he had a weird high school game where you get to choose your own adventure. You're thinking of Willy Beamish, I believe. That's also a PC game that I've been meaning to play live. It's one of the only adventure games. That's the genre, those games. That's one of the only adventure games I would want to play. That and the Star Trek Next Gen one. Dude, Star Trek Next Gen has an adventure game just like Willy Beamish. Came out in like 95. Has all the original voice actors in it. I want to do a full Let's Play where I play the whole game. That's on the future, the horizon. I wanted to start something simple tonight because I haven't streamed in 2 months. Everything's rusty here. Yeah, I got to play Willy Beamish a bit at a friend's house on PC, and I remember just being like, I could not believe. Could not believe. Speaking of not being able to believe. Frickin' Killer Instinct, man. 1995. Look at this. I mean, it's a little pixelated, right? But that just looked so good back in 1995. Pro-rated. Look at this, man. This is a big deal. PlayStation's coming out. Ultra 64's getting advertised. It was getting real, man, because the jump from 16-bit to 32-bit was just so exciting because we would accept anything as long as it was 3D. And so when there was good 3D, it was pretty awesome. Man, alive. They paid for 5 pages worth of advertising for this thing. And it just goes right by you. Like, I don't care. Couldn't care less. Hot hardware for 95. I got to go to E3 once. For the release of Retro City Rampage. That was awesome. Now I don't even know if they'll have E3s anymore. Probably at the same expo hall, too. The fun thing about E3 is that it's not like PAX, where it's an actual trade show that anyone can go to. Or no, trade show is one that you have to credential. PAX is an actual expo, whereas, like, I don't know my terminology here, but E3 you need to be actual, like, industry insider, and so it's for industry people to see what's coming out. It's mostly for, like, previews of what's coming. So a lot of magazines and stuff were just huge there. But if you're a developer, you get to go there as a person to show what you did. I made the music for Retro City Rampage. That's why I got to go. I always wanted to play this game. Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors. I didn't know there was a 3DO version. Playing Frank Tom's Big Herd Baseball. A lot of baseball games back in the day. that it? Is that Frank Thomas himself? No. Yo, you want to get Street Fighter the interactive movie for Jaguar? No. And that was the other big thing. There was like 2 big pushes here. Digitized motion, full motion video, either full motion video or Mortal Kombat style graphics, and 3D. It was just such a push, and at the time pixels were just anything in the 90s, anything from the 80s seemed really tame, like baby stuff. And so pixels felt like baby stuff too, and so everyone kind of abandoned pixels way too early. Even though like Symphony of the Night, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, it's all pixelated in like 1996 or 7 or something, and it was one of the best games ever made. And they just never dipped back into that pool. What is Data East working on? Another Minnesota Fats game. Everyone's favorite. Well, I like the Minnesota Fats game. I bought a Sega Saturn once at a flea market, and it had no wires, and I lowballed the guy. I think I just gave him like $20, which seemed like lowballing him to me at the time, but maybe he lowballed me. But when I got it home, it had this game in it, Minnesota Fats, and I've never played it. I thought, what a score, man. I got a free game. Oh, here's a shame, too. I wanted to actually go through all these GamePros and play the games that they talk about as they talk about them. And so I was trying to do some research on that. And this game here, 47 Tech, turns out never came out. But look at this thing. Look at these graphics. That picture right there looks so cool. There's no way it's an actual in-game shot. But yeah, it didn't actually end up coming out. It's Virtua Fighter clone like crazy here. What's this one called? FX Fighter. Oh, wait, I did play that on PC. Oh, wait, no. That must be a Super Nintendo version. FX Fighter, I think, is another PC game, though. Oh, that would have been impressive. I don't think this came out, but if that's Super Nintendo, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's cool. Tank Girl. Ugh, that's a hard one to go back and watch. Booger Man. Surprisingly great music in Booger Man. I don't know why. Why would they think people would want this? Like, well, maybe they were going for young kids, like 8-year-old or younger. Yeah, boogers are funny. Even Chemco is getting their own spot here. No one talks about Chemco. Even back in the day, no one talked about Chemco. And Koei, man. They just kept making those PTO games. Speaking of PTO, I remember I was walking to my friend Mark's house one day. So he lived like 4 blocks away from me, or 4 or 5 blocks, so I'd have to walk there. And my mom would always say, call me when you get there. And I'd forget every time because we'd just start playing Super Mario Kart as soon as I got there. And then 10 minutes later, my mom would call and I'd be like, no! And then I'd get in trouble. But on the walk to Mark's house once, I just found PTO, the cartridge for PTO. I guess it must have been 2. It was whatever one was on Super Nintendo. Just found it on the ground. Thought, man, free video game? And we took it over to his house. And it was the worst game ever. Awful game. No one should play PTO. Konami must have been huge back in those days. At the trade shows, I mean. Namco. Ooh, man, Tekken was a big deal. I love Tekken. Tekken's a great fighting game series. Kind of lost its way along the years, though. Like, too many air juggles. If you try and play online, just get air juggled. Air juggled all the time. Ooh, early Weapon Lord preview here. Oh, wait, no, this is 95. So that's probably right around the time it came out. Star Fox 2 never got released, famously, until the Super Nintendo Mini, I think, released it. Remember Orchid's Fatality? Flashier bosoms. Assault Rigs was fun. I don't think this is an actual shot from the game. But it kind of felt like that. It felt like the tanks from Tron. Oh, good thing the Philips Interactive Media had a booth at Electronic Arts, or Electronic Entertainment Expo. Thanks for stopping in, Blake. We'll do some more streams. Just getting all my sea legs. Get my sea legs back. A friend of mine once said he rented Crazy Ivan because he thought it was going to be... or no, wait. No. Crazy Ivan is the one he was probably thinking of. He's thinking of Virtual Kasparov. I always got the two mixed up. He said he rented Virtual Kasparov because he thought it would be a crazy mech game. Not unlike Crazy Ivan, but it ended up just being chess game for Garry Kasparov, the chess champion. Yo, XYZ, welcome back. It's been a while since I've streamed, eh? Just strange and unusual. So I don't know if this is working for you as a stream. I'm streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, obviously. So we decided on doing something easy today. We're just gonna watch and read a old GamePro magazine. Psygnosis, man. Demolition Derby was where it was at. Wipeout couldn't have cared less. I rented it. Demolition Derby, though, that was actually they changed it. Demolition Derby changed it to Destruction Derby. That's funny. Secret of Evermore, that was a good game. Had some really cool music. Had some really good ambient music. Lufia 2 was supposed to come out for Sega Genesis, and it never did. Or was it Lufia 1 that was supposed to come out for Genesis and never did? Can't remember, but I saw the ads in GamePro magazine, was like, heck yes, I'm on board. Spectrum Holobyte. Speaking of Spectrum Holobyte, they make the Star Trek game that I want to do a Let's Play of. Here we go. If I can, no? Okay. Can't really see, but Killing Time. That one always looked so cool to me when you'd see it in the magazines. Looked so rad, but then I played it on 3DO like a month ago, and it's awful. It's a terrible game. Which means we will play it. This is back when Ubisoft was just Ubisoft. Are they still 2 words? Or are they 1 word? I can't remember. Look at that. Look at this Killing Time game. It looks crazy. Like graphics wise, it looks like there's atmosphere. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. X-Band. Well, I guess that's another thing you could plug in. So you could plug in your 32X, your Game Genie, your Sonic and Knuckles, your X-Band, your conversion cart, and then something on top. Then you get to turn it on. I remember I once plugged in NHL 95 on top of the Sonic and Knuckles cart, and it erased my brother's season in NHL. Whoopsies. All right, pro review, Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Surprisingly good series. Deep Space Nine, highly recommend it. Almost this close to being as good as Next Gen. Let's see. They say sound is awful. That's probably accurate. Graphics being high? That seems odd to me. Do these look good graphics to you? I don't know. GamePro was kind of rotten. I feel like they were paid to do a lot of their ratings, and if people didn't play ball, I think they would give them bad ratings, because Twisted Metal got a terrible rating in their magazine for really no reason. Skeleton Crew. Did they have a cartoon? I think they did. I always thought this looked really cool, but I just never ended up renting it. That's tough. That's tough, XYZ. I think TNG is a completely different beast. He's asking, for the people that can't see, he just watched TNG last summer. He says the original series worth it, or should I just go straight to DS9? Now, personally, and maybe this is sacrilege, but I would say you don't have to watch the original series ever for any reason. It's only 3 seasons, it's really short, but it's like goes back to the 60s, so it's got a way different flavor, which is like, if you think about when Next Gen started, it was like 88 or 89. It was like 20 years since it had been on, and so they had changed a lot, and a lot of the stuff that makes TNG really good is just not there in the original series. The original series is meant to be more campy, kind of like the Batman show, like the old Batman show with Adam West. Whereas like when TNG came out, I think they had like a full top-down change of perspective. Like, we want to be as close to hard sci-fi as we can, and they hired, I don't know if they hired, but they had just power nerds like Kevin Okuda and some other guys. Like, they really went to town on creating the universe, and they, like, there's a thing called the instruction, or Star Trek Next Generation manual, or I can't remember what it's called, technical manual, that's right. I ordered it off eBay, and it's like all the documents they wrote to make sense of how the computer worked and how the warp drive worked, and you know, it's actually pretty believable. It's well written enough to the point where it's like, this might even be hard sci-fi. So DS9 was similar. DS9 actually crosses over with Next Gen. They were on at the same time. and they do interact briefly. DS9 though is more about the politics in like the interspecies politics of the Star Trek universe, and not necessarily the why don't I go back to this while we're talking Star Trek. DS9 is more about the politics, more diplomatic. So Next Gen was mostly about exploration, which is awesome, and they do amazing stuff, but you only get a taste of a lot of the politics. And in DS9, they go so deep into the politics to a point where it's like, this is crazy. There's like the only stable wormhole in this part of the galaxy that all the species are in. The only stable wormhole, and there's I think a Cardassian space station there. And I don't know if the space station was taken over by the Federation, or it was taken over by the Bajorans or something. And the Bajorans and the Cardassians, like, they were like a slave and like a slave owner relationship for a while. Like, it was a bad scene. The Cardassians had Bajoran slaves or something. So there's tons of crazy bad blood, and obviously tons of parallels into the real world. I think they had to abandon their space station because it was taken over, and then I don't know why the Federation is there, but it's not Federation owned. So all these species basically come to this space station to use this wormhole, and like you see crazy diplomatic tensions, and they do it really well. It might start just a tad slow, but it's just drenched in 90s flavor in the best kind. But yeah, it's this close to being as good as Next Gen, and the original series is not even on the radar for me. Speaking of cool space shows, Exo Squad, holy crap. I never actually rented this, but I loved Exo Squad. It was a high-stakes show. I mean, you would lose characters all the time in that show. Actual characters dying. Which is surprising that I wouldn't have rented this game. It always looked pretty cool in the magazines. A lost opportunity. Casper. Casper the Friendly Ghost. Oh, here we go. Sega CD. Motion graphics. There was a point in time where you're like, is this the future? Is this the way games are going to go? It's all going to be VR and like that movie Strange Days, where it's like actual real people. No, that is not the way we did it. So you had the Sega Channel and you had Sega X-Band. Was X-Band just for playing people online, and Sega Channel was just for playing games streamed to you? I don't know. They pushed to this thing a lot. Performer. Sorry, very nostalgic looking at stuff like that. So yeah, that thing was in the magazine for like a year straight. They would have that advertisement. This always reminded me of Eon Flux. 32X. Knuckles Chaotix. Never played it. I wonder if it was any good. Holy smokes. That is not a great score. So they say, in short, being shackled to unappealing characters that roam around in unappealing, lifeless levels really brings this cart down. Restrictive controls make you wish for a hacksaw power-up. What? The graphics don't look that bad? Not amazing. What can you do? Fishing games. Oddly fun. Couldn't imagine paying $64 for a Super Nintendo fishing game though. Here we go. More of this like full motion games. I don't even know what would be appealing about this. Alright, you can't see zoomed in, but what is this even a picture of? I think he's kicking someone, but... So these were all just glorified. These were just like Dragon's Lair, where you push the button now, push the button here. But as a kid, you didn't really know what the limitations were. You thought, man, did they somehow figure this out? Wow, okay. XYZ in the chat confirming Chaotix was bad. Wow, they say it has great sound. And they say it has 3.5 controls. But what did Chaotix get? They said Chaotix had 2.5 control, whereas this glorified Dragon's Lair game, well, I'm going backwards, has a higher control. Oops, I've really done it now. There we go. Oh, you guys remember Butterbean? Fun Factor 5. Alright. Tough Man Contest. I always wanted to play this game too. Never rented it. I think it was this green outline. I was like, you know what? I need graphics. I can't just see a green outline. Super FX2. Money? Money way? My favorite line from Stargate the movie. Like, again, what are you looking at here? You might as well just be playing the Atari. This doesn't make sense, this screen grab. I mean, some of these make sense, obviously, but yeah, sometimes these games on the back of the box, which was super important, by the way, the pictures on the back of the box, sometimes they would have something on there like this. Like, I don't know what the hell I'm looking at. I don't know what the hell you just said. No Fear Racing. Graphics look alright on this one. Oh, you make your own track? Hell yeah. Any game that lets you make your own track. Alright with me. Remember Geese Howard? The boss in Fatal Fury? Actually, it might have been Kaiser Kruger or whatever his name was in this one. I must have rented Fatal Fury 1 on Sega Genesis a good five times at least. Why I didn't buy it, I don't know. This is weird. They have this Deep Space Nine game on Super Nintendo in the same magazine, which looks like it has better control at least. Is this the same game? Do I dare scoot all the way back? Do I care that much? Right. Nope, I'm going the wrong way. Alright, what did the Sega Genesis one get? Is it the same game? Crossroads of Time? 4, 2.5, 3, and 3. 4, 2.5, 3, 3. 4, 2.5, 3, and 3. So it has slightly better control than the Sega Genesis version. I wonder what the heck happened there. Cisco's awesome, by the way, XYZ. Cisco's a killer character. And also, Worf is in the show eventually too. And since Worf spans all of Star Trek, TNG, and like half of DS9, he really ends up just being like the character with the most character development on any TV show ever. The stuff he's gone through, just unreal. Lunar, I always wanted to play that. You had to have Sega CD to play it. Didn't have Sega CD. It looked super cool. I think it had voice acting in it too, or at least it had full motion anime. Anime was such a big deal back then too, because they would be killing each other. It was like violent cartoons. What the hell is this? Is that a character in the fighting game? I guess so. I always wanted to play this game. What was this for? Neo Geo. Freaking Neo Geo, man. No one had a Neo Geo. You had a Neo Geo growing up, like you didn't exist in the same world as other people. You had to be pretty well off to have a Neo Geo, because I couldn't imagine. I had to beg my parents to take me to the video store to rent movies and video games. Let alone, can I buy a Neo Geo? No. What is this for? Panasonic 3DO. Oh man, what is her name? Tia Carrera? Wayne's World, alright. Meow. That's meow. Fired for speed. Gex. Everyone was pushing Gex. I'm not buying it, okay? I don't wanna play Gex. You guys see this little rascal over there? No, he's not in the shot. Just being a little rascal. No one believes me when I say how much he meows. It's an unreal amount. Alright, we can probably stand to listen to some new tunes. Oh, we haven't finished yet. Right. Oh no, yeah we did. Actually, I don't know if we did. But we can still stand to listen to some new tunes. Best tracks. You know what usually is a big hit? Oh, no wonder. I don't have all my tracks here. Gotta go VGM archive. Now we're talking. Complete best tracks. Now we're talking. Can't go wrong with Little Shinobi 3. Yeah, something about Gex. They just pushed it so hard. And it did look cool. Wait, this is too big. It had that 90s feel to it, but I'm not buying it. Whoa, man, they loved Myst. Actually, just watched a really good video on Myst. I think on Ars Technica, they had like a developer of Myst came on and talked about how they had to make Myst a lot more involved than you would have thought. I thought like, oh yeah, just use 3D graphics to make a game. Like at the time, they were so far ahead that like that concept was even crazy. They loved it though. Beautiful and enchanting Myst will thrill you and make you think at the same time. How much was it selling for? Price not available. Interesting. Jaguar. Oh my god. Honestly. Look at this. This looks awful. Actually, this part looks maybe okay. What are we looking at here? They also would push this game like crazy too. I'm not gonna play Rise of the Robots. I'm sorry. Oh, but look at the supervisor. Ugh, looks exactly like Dural? Virtual Fighter? Here, now we're in the dregs. Chaos Control. I don't know if you can see the bottom here, but this screenshot down here looks okay. It actually looks kind of cool. But then over here, what the hell are you looking at here? What the hell is that? I don't know what the hell's going on. That's not bad. It might be worth investigating. This has got good graphics too. Well-crafted, amazingly detailed backgrounds, but restrictive controls and a limited armory take the zip out of your ship. This GamePro always was trying to rhyme and do like little catchy things. They also advertise this a lot. Brain Dead 13. Never played it. Curious. What is this? Can I even see the name of the game? Ah, there we go. Dredd. Judge Dredd. Court's adjourned. Okay. One of the most tragic things in all of video games. How many games did Wayne Gretzky have his name attached to? And were there ever a single good one? They say this one's okay, but I guarantee you if I play it, it's awful. It's actually not bad for Sega Genesis. Oh yeah, of course we gotta get the fighting in the Wayne Gretzky game. Honestly, he had like six games, maybe more than that, in the history of his career. They're all awful. And you'd have to be a basketball super fan to be like, I'm gonna play the NCAA Final Four basketball game. This part looks okay. Free throws can be a fun game within a game. Yo. Football games. I mean, they got it right with Tecmo Super Bowl. Yeah, you can't beat that one. Here we go with Barkley. Man, I played this recently. Pretty bad. Should have just put all your eggs in the NBA Jam basket. What is he doing here? Is this how he shoots? Am I shooting wrong? Supposed to shoot like this? Is that how you shoot? Looks pretty intense. It's always pretty funny whenever I see clips of him and Shaq on YouTube for their sports stuff that they do now. Pretty silly. Yeah. Well, imagine that. More than one basketball game coming out and you're supposed to pick. Oh, Shining Force CD. I always wanted to play this too. Was Shining Force CD just a remake of the Game Gear game? Is that what it was? Or I can't remember. I always liked this section, by the way. You'd have the sports section, which I usually flip right past because I had a subscription back in the day. And then you get to the RPG Role Player's Realm. This is where, yeah, this is where the coolest stuff is. What else we got? Seal of the Pharaoh. First-person games, not my deal. Also 3DO. I'll probably play it on the 3DO stream. Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Never really got into those games. A little too simmy. Actually, they're all simmy. Earthbound, though. Woo! That was a great game. Because it was actually a game that made it look and feel like you were actually walking around like a real world. And it looked like our world. Like you could pick up the phone and use an ATM and stuff. I was always so tempted to do these. I know my friends, Mark and his brother, they did this once. So you have to, like, here's the scam, right? Easy to figure out stuff on the first one. And then it says, yes, send us $3 or whatever and this thing in the mail. And then we'll send you another test. And then you pass that test. If you pass like 4 tests, you can win all this stuff. But the 4th test is like impossible. The first one's easy. What a scam. this entertainment center though. What the hell do they even have here? This receiver. Good tunes, man. There's a weird Mario game. Mario's Picross. Earthworm Jim on Game Boy. Getting a good fun factor. Oh, what is this? Must move. Whoa. You have 1 year to get ready for the Blockbuster Video Game Championships. Number 2. Dr. Disrespect always says he wins that. Wonder what happened to him. Speaking of streamers, here's Wayne Gretzky again. Guys, trust us, Wayne Gretzky. You wouldn't put his name on a bad product. Yeah, he would. He actually got some actual players, though. Russ Courtnall. Pavel Bure. I don't think they have actual teams, though, do they? What team is this? Win a chance to meet Wayne Gretzky. I wonder who actually won that. This was great. This was well worth the subscription. You'd get all these cheats, and then sometimes I would just rent a game only based off the fact that there was a cheat for it in a GamePro magazine I had. There's a lot of cheating going on, like just Game Genie and all these codes and stuff. That made games fun back in the day. They don't do that anymore. Kind of a bummer. Especially with all the patches and stuff. You wouldn't have to patch someone if you just give us a cheat. Oh man, Kasumi Ninja on Jaguar. I always wanted to play that. This whole video, it's just me going. I mean, yeah, talk about Jaguar games. You start yawning. I wish I'd played that. Never got to play that. 3DO. Super Street Fighter. That'd be a weird one. A weird one to play it on. What do we got here? Way of the Warrior for 3DO. 3DO had nothing but weird fighting games. Look at this character. It's just like a black IRS guy. This guy in a suit. It's a black Gordon Gecko. Bald head. That's pretty stupid character design on both these characters. It's like they had no... Like that, you know when you're playing a Japanese game because the character designs are always like insane. There's so much detail and so much little things, whereas like here's what a Western game looks like. Oh yeah, this guy. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Oh, that guy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, just a ninja. Yeah. Guy in a beret. Just looks like a girl at the mall. Way to go, guys. Maximum effort. More cheats. Oh, some Game Genie codes. Heck yeah. Never really got into Darkstalkers either. For how much I liked Capcom, like Street Fighter games, never really got into these ones. Always thought that was kind of cool and kind of insane. Like that girl shaved her head, but that you could see through the Game Boy. Rules of the game. Well, what game are you playing? He's killing him! What do you win? $5,000 scholarships and savings bond. I am the... Man, it's like the 5th time they've posted this. Alright, well, let's see if it says what game is played. It's Claim, so probably NBA Jam or something. Challenge, get down to Blockbuster Video, sign up to the spin, Blockbuster World Championship, Marvel Comics. Those were fun, collecting the comic book cards. Never really got into Donkey Kong Country. I know a lot of people did. It was my thing. Whoa. Oh, okay. Well, what the heck? Dr. Disrespect always says he was the champion, but I don't see him down here. Or he was the winner of the 2 Blockbuster back-to-back gaming championships. Doesn't look like it. Busted. Yeah. They got a bunch of free swag for winning. Pretty cool. Venom. Carnage is not cool. Venom is cool, I think. I like Venom. I like when they had, I don't remember his name. It's at the tip of my tongue, but I follow him on Twitter. The guy that did Venom in like the early to mid 90s, he just would, like, Venom's teeth would all be going in the wrong direction. He just looked snarled, and he was the guy that sort of coined the crazy tongue. I don't remember his name. Buyers beware. I have a complaint concerning the 3DO controllers. I purchased a 3DO controller in October, and since then, I'm on my third controller. Yikes. It seems that I received some sort of static electricity shock when I put the controller down, which in turn kills the controller. What is going on here? We've also heard of this problem. And we think we've identified the source. Okay, so this is actually Panasonic customer support talking here. Consumers using connectors for the 3DO that are not licensed for use, specifically RF, S-video, or composite cables, may be diverting the wrong electrical wattage to the unit. And they're shorting out. That's pretty intense, guys. Yeah, that's that's why they banned him, hey? XYZ saying he can't believe he lied about it. Yeah, it's funny that it's all right here. I wonder, was there more than one, or... Because these are the guys that won. Right here. This could be you in 1995. Now, to be fair, maybe he won the second one, but it doesn't look like he won the first one. Banned him. Get his emotes off there. Jesus. What is this? Hot picks. Oh, these are my hot picks. Strategy guide. All right. Oh, do you guys remember Galoob? Isn't that the best name for a company you've ever heard? Galoob. I'd wear a Galoob shirt. I'd get a Galoob face tattoo. That's what happens after you get electrocuted by your 3DO. You get a Galoob face tattoo. Fries your brain. Anything else fun here? And nothing really. Yawning. That makes for a great stream. If I'm yawning, then you guys are like, what am I doing here? Holy crap. Do you remember the Mr. Freeze episodes of the Batman cartoon? Those were dark, but like super well written. This one never got its due. It's probably one of the best graphics games on the Sega Genesis. Slipped right through, right on by. Also, a little sip of Sody Pop. What else we got here? Street Fighter the Interactive Movie, Street Fighter the Movie. Nope, that's not confusing at all. I should check this out. I wonder if this is just like Dragon's Lair. Yeah, the Street Fighter movie fighting game, not very good. Not so hot. Brain Dead, yeah, these are all previews. We already saw that. Time Warner's VR Virtual Racing. I remember playing this in the arcade one day, and it was one of those, I don't know if it was supposed to, but the steering wheel would have like feedback, so you'd be turning and it would be fighting you, I guess, to simulate like what a real car might do. And I didn't know what's going on, so I just fought it back to a point where I fought it so hard that I heard the wheel go gung 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 gung, and it was limp after that. So I think I broke the wheel. Too realistic. WWF Raw. Man, let's play some Killing Time one day. It's just full of like full motion video too. It's such a stinky game. And yeah, I didn't have a controller set up properly for it. Oh, Blade Force. That's one I'd love to play on 3DO. I thought this looked awesome as a kid. You fly anywhere, do anything. Thunder in Paradise. You're in the Hulk Hogan game? Hulk Hogan game? Yeah, it is actually. Sweet. Yo, slam and jam. That looks interesting. Capcom broadens TV lineups. I don't think they do. Oh, the Jaguar CD. Hey, look, we know we goofed up on the Jaguar, but here's the Jaguar CD. Damn to the tunes. Always wanted to check these out. It's a lot of money still. What? I'm gonna spend $59 on Doom through this free game offer. I guess we get a free game out of it, maybe. Excuse me. You guys remember those Super Nintendo controllers? Oh, this one. My friend Mark, again, had one of these controllers, and you could program in your own motions in it so that you could program in a fireball, and then you would hit these buttons, and you just it would replay whatever you programmed into it. So you hit the button and then you do your motion and then you set it to one of these buttons. But I remember we used to play Mario Kart and sometimes my guy would just turn off the road in a different direction. And I'd say like, it's not me. I don't know what the heck happened. I remember my brother who was over at the time, I don't know why, and Mark saying like, yeah, right. And now it's only as an adult that I realized I was hitting these buttons, which were triggering like forward, down, forward, and down, forward motions while I'm trying to do a sharp turn. Oh, we've reached the end. Hey everyone, that was an entire GamePro magazine. That was GamePro, June 1995. So this could be an ongoing series. I don't know, kind of low key, which is good for when you're trying to figure out how to stream again, especially when you're trying to stream to 2 things at once. I don't know if anyone was even watching on Twitch. I mean, I didn't advertise it at all, but whatever. Okay, well, you know, I don't want to overstay my welcome here, everyone, but let's go it in style here.
Let's do the old low voice, sexy finish. Why don't we, instead of all this craziness, keep rocking track though. Let's go with the side pocket track. Yeah. Hey everyone. That's been a fun stream. What do you think? Wait. What? Oh, yeah. There we go. Hey everyone. Whoop. Third wall. That. No. There we go. Woo! Got funky bass. Alright. That's been a long time. Long time since I streamed. Sorry it's not the most entertaining stream in the world. There'll be some games. Get some games going now that I can get to Twitch. Yeah. Things have slowed down on my end in terms of work. There's no work. Work is dried up.
I don't know. What am I gonna have to retire? Am I gonna have to go get a normal job? Maybe. You know, I thought with Slayin' 2 coming out, you know, Shakedown Hawaii, I thought things would be picking up. But, I mean, even before COVID, things have just slowed down. There you go. You work on something for 8 years, and then now you're streaming and doing video stuff instead. That's not your problem. That's my problem. But hey, anyone in the chat knows any developers that are working on big projects, send them on Maddie's way. I do have one thing lined up that's kind of significant, but I don't know. I don't have faith that it'll pan out. Probably gonna lose the job to Yuzo Koshiro, because that's who I'm competing with now. Because he's just going after indie games. So I'll be reading the GamePro magazine. Someone's got to do it.
That's it for me, everyone. It's been a fun stream. I don't know how to cancel this now. What do I do it here? All right, there's the stop stream button. Hey, thanks for joining me, everyone. Keep your eyes peeled. I'll be back. I'll be back soon with some more nuttiness. Let me just check the chat. Thumbs up in chat from XYZ. Thanks for watching, XYZ. And anyone in the archive. I don't know. Enjoy these tunes. Be excellent to each other. Bye, everyone.